Hello everyone, this is Mr. Sachin Kharade, Assistant Professor of Plant Biotechnology, KKWA College of Agricultural Biotechnology, Nasik, going to deliver a topic on cell wall, its structure and dynamics. So, we will turn towards the small introduction of this cell wall. So, cell wall was first observed and named simply as a wall by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. In the year 1804, Carl Rudolphi and J.H.F. Link proved that cell had independent cell walls. A cell wall is a structural layer that surrounds some types of cell situated outside the cell membrane. It can be tough, flexible, and rigid, which provides cell with both structural support and protection. So, on the basis of chemical composition of cell wall, there are three types of cell wall we can classify. First one is the bacterial cell wall made up of mucopeptide and muramic acid. Second one is the cell wall of fungi made up of chitin. And third one and most important is the plant cell wall made up of cellulose. So we will turn one by one. First, we will see the bacterial cell wall. So bacteria, we can call it as a bacterium, constitute a large domain of prokaryote or prokaryotic microorganism. The study of bacteria is known as bacteriology, a branch of microbiology. So the bacteria was first discovered by Anton von Leeuwenhoek in the year 1970. So the bacterial classification is generally on the basis of two types. First one is the gram positive bacteria and the gram negative bacteria. So the classification mainly depends on difference in cell wall. So on the basis of cell wall, this bacteria is divided into two types, that is gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria. So we can see the detail afterwards. So the peptidoglycan, also known as murine, is a polymer consisting of sugar and amino acid that form a mesh-like layer outside the cell membrane of most of the bacteria forming cell wall. The sugar component consists of alternating residue of beta-1,4 linked N-acetylglucosamine and N-acetylmuramic acid. These subunits, which are released to glucose in their structure and are conveniently joined to one another to form glycan chain. So the peptidoglycan is attached to the N-acetoglutamic acid is peptide chain of 3 to 5 amino acid. The peptide chain can be cross-linked to the peptide chain of another strand forming the peptidoglycan. So these N-acetylglucosamine and N-acetylmuronic acid form a mesh-like structure. We can call it as a peptidoglycan structure. So, types of cell, types of bacterial cell wall on the basis of structure of the cell wall and to their response to stain, bacteria have classified into two types. First one is the gram-positive bacteria and second one is the gram-negative bacteria. So, the gram-positive cell wall may have following character, usually thick, homogeneous, composed mainly of peptidoglycan layer. It accounts 50 to 90% of the dry weight of the cell wall, contain large amount of teichoic acid. So this is the actual structure of gram-positive cell wall. You can see. So this is the peptidoglycan layer, which is main part of this gram-positive bacteria. So next one is the gram-negative bacteria. So it is multi-layered and more complex than the gram-positive cell wall. So the peptidoglycan of gram-negative bacteria is thin, comprises only 10% or less of cell wall. Outer membrane lies outside the thin peptidoglycan layer and most abundant protein is Brown's lipoproteins. So this is the structure of gram-negative bacteria, gram-negative cell wall. We can see it is multi-layer. We can see outer membrane, peptidoglycan, and inner membrane. So it is a multi-layered cell wall. So lipopolysaccharide having the O polysaccharide, co-polysaccharide, and L a lipid which is composed of this outer membrane. So this is also phospholipid and periplasmic space which is in between the peptidoglycan layer and some membrane proteins which is also inside the intermembrane. We can call it as a porins also. So this is the basic difference between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. We can take the bacteria for gram staining. So first of all, we have to fix this bacteria on the slide and apply the crystal violet dye to these bacteria. So after all, we have to give the iodine treatment to these bacteria, and after all, we have to decolorize it by the washing. After counter stain by the safranin under microscope, we can see the color of bacteria. So these color indicates gram-positive bacteria and the gram-negative bacteria. Color and shape of the cell helps to classify which type of bacteria is present, whether it is gram-positive or gram-negative. So functions of bacterial cell wall is protect cell against osmotic shock and physical damage. It also regulation of substances transport into and out of the cell. Contain the supplemental genetic information such as resistance to the antibiotics, production of toxins, and tolerance to the toxic environment. Next function is take a part in a protein synthesis, so which is also used or also have main function for protein synthesis. It is also used or also helps in movement of cell. It is also storage of minerals. Next cell type or cell wall type is fungi. So fungi are eukaryotic microorganism. Nearly all are multicellular. We can say it is yeast are unicellular. So spore bearing protist that lack of chlorophyll. So the two types, first one is the yeast and second one is the mold. So mold are the filamentous and multicellular in structure. So the cell wall is made up of chitin, mainly the polymer of acetylated amino sugar N-acetyl glucosamine. Second, made up of glucans, and third one is the proteins. So glucans and chitin are components of the primary cell wall. Then the proteins are components of secondary wall, and other component includes chitosan, metal, melanins, and the lipids. So this is the basic structure of fungi cell wall or fungus cell wall. We can see first one is the secondary wall and next one is the primary wall. We can see monoporins and glucans, chitin, then the plasma membrane. So this cell wall is attached to the plasma membrane and some proteins which are also incorporated from the plasma membrane towards the cell wall. So the functions of fungal cell wall is to protect against the osmotic layer. Second one is the acts as a molecular sieve. Third one is the contains pigments for protection. Fourth one is the binding site for enzymes. Fifth one is that the outermost surface of the cell wall provides a medium between the cell and the environment. Second one is it is site where antigen and agglutins get attached to the substrate, host, and other cell. So it will show the response against the environment. So the third cell wall type is plant cell wall. So the plant cell wall is remarkable structure. It provides the most significant difference between plant cell and other eukaryotic cell. The cell wall is rigid up to many micrometer in the thickness and give plant cell a very defined shape. While most cells have an outer membrane, none is comparable in strength to the plant cell wall. The cell wall is the reason for the difference between plant and animal cell functions because the plant has evolved this rigid structure. So the plant cell wall is mainly composed of the middle lamella, the primary cell wall, the secondary cell wall, and the tertiary cell wall. So these are the main components or parts of this cell wall or plant cell wall. So this is the basic structure of plant cell wall. We can see the structure that is middle lamella, then primary cell wall, then the plasma membrane. So these are the components. So these cell wall having the pectin, then cross-linking glycans, then cellulose, then microfibrils. So these are the and some proteins which are also present inside the cell structure, cell wall structure. So we can see this part one by one. First one is the middle lamella. So It is present between two adjacent cells. It is situated outer side of primary cell wall and is made up of calcium and magnesium pectate. It acts as a cement which hold the adjacent cell together. So this middle lamella which is present in between the two cell and acts as a cementing layer for the adjacent cell. So second structure is the primary cell wall. It is formed after the middle lamella, a thin, flexible and extensible layer. It is capable of growth and expansion. The backbone of primary cell wall is formed by the cellulose fibrils. The matrix is composed of hemicellulose, pectins, and compounds, lipid structural proteins. So, this is the structure of primary cell wall. So, the primary cell wall having the middle lamella at uppermost side, you can see here in green color. Then the primary cell wall, which is the main part of cell wall, and lower one is the plasma membrane. So this primary cell wall contains hemicellulose, pectin, then cellulose, then the soluble proteins also. So third part is the secondary cell wall. It is extremely rigid and provides the strength to the cell wall. It is not found in the all cell type. It consists of three layers. It consists of three layers known as S1 outer, S2 middle, and S3 inner. It is composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. The structure of secondary cell wall, which is given here, we can see S3, S2, S1. We can call it as a primary cell wall, which having size 0.1 to 0.2 micrometer. Then middle lamella, which having the size 0.2 to 1 micrometer. So the fourth part of cell wall is the tertiary cell wall. So tertiary cell wall is deposited in few cells. It is considered to be dry residue of protoplast. Besides cellulose and hemicellulose, xylem is also present inside the tertiary cell wall. So next part of the cell wall is the plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata are the protoplasmic strand that connect the protoplast of neighboring cells. So the diameter of this plasmodesmata is 40 to 50 nanometer. You can see the cell wall, then the cytoplasm and the vacuoles. So the two adjacent cells connected to each other by this plasmodesmata. So the composition of cell wall, the cell wall is mainly composed of carbohydrate materials. The major components of cell wall are cellulose, pectin, hemicellulose, proteins, and the phenolics. So first one is the cellulose. It provides shape and strength to the cell wall. It composes 20 to 30% of the dry weight of primary wall, and accounts 40 to 90% of the dry weight of secondary wall. Next one is the pectin, which is main important part of this cell wall. They are a group of polysaccharide which are rich in galacturonic acid and rhamnose, arabinose, and galactose. So the pectin is present in a high concentration in the middle lamella, where they presumably serve the functions of cementing adjacent cell together. Third one is the hemicellulose. These are the major or matrix polysaccharides built up of a variety of different sugars. They differ in different species and different cell types. Next one is the xylem. This typically makes up roughly 5% of primary cell wall and 20% of secondary cell wall in dicots. This hemicellulosic polysaccharide is linked with the xylose and arabinoids. Fourth part is the proteins. So proteins also plays the main important role of cell wall. Different varieties of proteins are present in the cell wall, most of which are linked with the carbohydrate forming glycoproteins. The cell wall glycoprotein exten- extensin contains an unusual amino acid hydro, hydroxyproline about 40%, which is generally absent for the protoplast. So the extension are present in the primary cell wall of dicots, making up on to 10% of the cell wall. So these are the important composition part of the cell wall. First one is the cellulose, pectin, hemicellulose, xylens, and some of the proteins. So the next part is difference between the primary and secondary cell wall. We can see different features of primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. The occurrence in all the plant cell and secondary cell wall only matured and non-dividing cell. The feature is position inside the primary cell wall is inner to the middle lamella, and inside the secondary wall it is inner to the primary cell wall. So the nature of primary cell wall is elastic and thinner, and inside the secondary cell wall nature is inelastic, rigid and thicker. Nature of growth inside the primary cell wall is, and it is acceleration. Then the pits inside the primary cell wall is absent, and the pits inside the secondary cell wall is present. Additional materials which is absent inside the primary cell wall, but inside the secondary wall there is lignin, severin and cutin. Then the amount of cellulose inside the primary wall it is low, and inside the secondary wall it is high. Then the extensibility is present inside the primary cell wall, and it is generally absent inside the secondary wall. Then the arrangement of fibrils in the primary cell wall is wavy and loosely arrangement, but inside the secondary wall it is closely strength and parallelly arranged. Then the hydration inside the primary cell wall it is more than 60%, and inside the secondary wall is less than 30 to 40%. So the functions of the cell wall is they determine the morphology, growth and development of plant cells. They protect the protoplasm from the invasion by viral, bacterial, and fungal pathogens. They are rigid structure and thus it is helps the plant in withstanding the gravitational forces. It also they are involved in the transport of material and metabolites into the out of cell. They withstand the turgor pressure which develops within the cell due to the high osmotic pressure. So with this, we have see the main introduction of cell wall, then the different types of cell wall, which is mainly the bacterial cell wall, then the fungal cell wall, and third one is the plant cell wall. Also, we have explained very much detailed structure of this plant cell wall, and hope you will get all the points. So, thank you for listening. Thank you very much.